Good morning and happy Friday, sirs and ma'ams. We got a lot to go over today, so stay tuned. Yes, indeed, it is almost the weekend. Happy Friday, all. And welcome to the Friday edition of the Right View. How do you guys like that intro? I think it's kind of cool. A little explosion, kind of reminds me of the late 1900s. Yeah, we're going to start this episode off with some good momentum, right? And this is a tweet from X. I think that's what you call them, tweets. I don't know. But Benny Johnson put out, "This is what I voted for." And it's a tweet from Donald J. Trump at The Real Donald Trump. He stated, "The southern border is now the strongest and safest in USA history. It will remain so." I mean, if that's not something that'll just put a little pep in your step, I don't know what will. We're going to zoom on over to the opposite side of the border on this side. So we're going to hop on up to the Detroit, Canada border. All right, and like I said, we're going towards this northern border here, specifically the one in Detroit, the Ambassador Bridge. So, this story from NPR: wrong turn leads to hundreds of immigrants arrest at Detroit, Canada border bridge. So I don't bore you, I'll just break down what this entire article is about. And what is happening is illegal immigrants are driving around Detroit, as that is another hot spot for them to be. And they're taking a wrong turn, probably because they can't read signs because they're not in Spanish, but they're in English. But they're taking a wrong turn and they're going straight towards border protection.
Right to jail.
And the Coast Guard, right, on the bridge to Canada. So as they get there, as you do when entering a new country, they ask you for your paperwork. Well, these illegal immigrants do not have their paperwork, and therefore they're being detained and arrested. And it was reported to Rashida Tlaib, who shouldn't even be a representative of our country. I mean, there's a picture of her office outside, and she's got like 3 flags. One of them is not the American flag, right? So she's got 3 flags outside of her office. She's got the Pride flag, and she has the Palestinian flag. Doesn't have the American flag. In my opinion, that's not a good look for a representative of our country, and I'm shocked Michigan ever voted her in. She is a terrible human being, and she's completely okay with stomping on women's rights. She thinks every country should be like Palestine. We should all be Muslim, and we should all read the Quran. But anyways, immigration reported to her that yes, these people are being locked up in detention facilities, and they're saying that these detention facilities are not even fit to be for children, right? Or not for for animals. These people are being separated from their American-born children in some cases, and to be honest, no one cares besides Democrats. You break the law, you have to face the consequences. There's plenty of people in the United States that get separated from their children and they're put in prisons that I also would say is not fit for human beings, more fit for animals. But that's just the way it is. So there's a big mess going on right now with Rashida Tlaib and the northern border, specifically the one in Detroit, because illegal immigrants are being caught there. So that is the news on that. All right, and we're going to go over to tariffs. So on theweek.com here, today's global trade story. A dozen states sued Trump to halt tariffs. What happened? 12 states led by Oregon sued the Trump administration yesterday in the U.S. Court of International Trade, seeking to halt tariffs. They said were illegal, arbitrary, and damaging to their economies. California filed its own lawsuit against President Donald Trump's tariff policy in federal court last week. Do you think the voters would actually want these lawsuits, or do you think it's just Democrats? Because I'm pretty sure It's just Democrats. Maybe not in California because they didn't really swing all too right during the election. I mean, those people are all morons to begin with. I've seen too many interviews with people asking, so why don't you like the Trump administration, to people that are in California? And they don't know. They just regurgitate everything that the news told them. You know, these people are a bunch of hippies. They don't know what they're talking about. And they want, you know, everything to be whamby-pamby land like they are. They want dudes to be addressed as ma'am. And it's just a wild place. I wouldn't want to live there. All right, so who said what? Only Congress can impose tariffs. The dozen state attorney generals argued in their lawsuits. Trump has upended the constitutional order and brought chaos to the American economy by claiming the authority to impose immense and ever-changing tariffs on whatever goods entering the United States he chooses for whatever reason he finds convenient to declare an emergency. These people are just sore losers is what they are. Obviously, Trump is trying to bring manufacturing back to the United States. I mean, these people didn't care when Biden opened up the border and shut down the pipelines, canceling all kinds of work, you know, from mining to oil drilling. And they talk about climate change and global warming at the same time that they're out burning down Teslas and taking spaceships up to the crest of space, you know. Ridiculous. So what's going to happen here? It says Trump's poll numbers continue to slide. Only 37% of Americans approve of his handling of the economy. In a Reuters poll, which, I mean, if you go to a Democrat area and take a poll, it's obviously not going to do good because they're all idiots. So, I mean, to be honest, this is going to do nothing but waste taxpayer dollars. Trump is in the midst of talking to foreign leaders and trying to figure out trade deals. The tariffs aren't going to be imposed forever. They're here to negotiate. What these people don't get about tariffs and what Trump is actually doing here, it's very intriguing on how mindless they can be. I mean, I feel like if Biden did the same thing, they'd be praising. They'd be like, yes, that's strong leadership, very strong leadership. But because it's Trump and the Trump administration, they don't want anything to do with it. All right, let's get the momentum back up. So in MAHA news, or Make America Healthy Again, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. he's making good strides here against Big Pharma and Big Food. I think it's fantastic. But HHS and U.S. Food and Drug Administration are looking to revoke authorization for 2 synthetic food colorings and to work with food manufacturers to eliminate 6 remaining synthetic dyes used in food such as cereals, snacks, ice creams, and yogurts. Now, in my opinion, what do all these foods have in common, right? Well, cereal, snacks, ice creams, and yogurts are mostly they're for children, right? They're for children and people who are obese.
Lay off me, I'm starving!
Sugar in this country is out of control. But the leading cause of obesity in our country is sugar. And I mean, you can pretty much eat whatever you want as long as you don't have, you know, certain issues, underlying problems. As long as you do enough exercise, you're fine. Drink enough water, get your exercise in, you're good to go. But to continue, Kennedy has previously been vocal about his opposition to artificial dyes, claiming they are harmful and calling for them to be removed from foods and beverages. I mean, they are harmful. There's only one country in the world that allows this, and it's the United States. Other countries they won't even allow this stuff. Cereal manufacturers and candy manufacturers, they make a different type for different countries. It's crazy. The only reason that they want these brightly colored, beautiful cereals and candies is because it's more enticing for children. Then you can take these kids, fat them up, and then, you know, the rest of their lives they're going to be dealing with issues such as diabetes, obesity. I mean, and if people really loved obesity, they wouldn't be taking Ozempic like it's going out of style. I mean, being obese is not healthy. But to continue, studies have linked diets to behavioral issues as well as to cancer in animals, suggesting this may extend to humans. Some nutritionists and dietitians say that it's best to avoid artificial food dyes, while others say more research needs to be done. I mean, the ones that say more research needs to be done are paid off by the FDA and big pharmacy. That's what it is. But I don't know. I think that's wonderful news. Let's get America healthy again. All right, and we got some more good news. So those who took out loans are now going to have to pay them back. I mean, isn't that weird how that works out? How you take out a loan, now you have to pay it back. Interesting. So Trump admin will seize wages, pensions, tax refunds to repay student loans. Debt cannot be wiped away. The Department of Education said on Monday it will resume collections of defaulted federal student loans for the first time since 2020. I mean, we saw Biden try to get more support by saying that he was going to wipe away student loan debt and this and that. And in some cases he did, which was ridiculous because it was only the taxpayers that had to pay for it. Like I've said before, this is not a socialist country. Education is not free here. Well, a higher education. I mean, and most of these kids that have these loans out are taking classes in underwater basket weaving, liberal arts. At the same time, they're taking like feminist groups and they can't identify what a woman is. I mean, give me a break. Pay back your loans. All right, and a lot of other things happened across the country, like in California, for instance, a bunch of illegal immigrants were arrested at Home Depot of all places. And a bunch of Democrats went over to El Salvador. We have good news about that as well. So Democrat Representative Maxine Dexter, or Gollum, says she's not leaving El Salvador until the MS-13 gang member is released. Good. She'll stay there forever. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of what's going on in the world right now? I mean, I couldn't be happier. We voted for Donald Trump. We got exactly what we voted for. He didn't lie on anything he said. I mean, geez, we lived through the Biden experience. Can you imagine that? I thought we were going into WWII after that, especially if Kamala won. Jesus. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Friday episode. I hope you get outside. It's supposed to be beautiful out this weekend. I mean, be careful in the Midwest. You never know what's going to happen over there. But yeah, get outside, do some PT, get yourself get some sun. Don't forget to put on that sunblock. Drink some water and change your socks. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.